I started off in this world of trading, being a programmer. I developed a wrist-based system, wrist-based haircut system. I don't really need haircuts anymore. But it was the very first time I got to apply my college career, or my college major, into my world of my career. Because for the couple of years before that, I wasn't doing that. I was a decision science major, applied algorithms in college. That's all I did. Felt like the last 2 years of college, all I did was write programs to optimize something or minimize something. I got into this world, and I started learning an awful lot. I got really good at the technology side of things. Sold that business, moved on. About 10, 12 years ago, I got back involved in the business after selling my last business. And that was, I wanted to pick something that was totally different than anything I'd ever done before. So I went to work for what is called a futures commission merchant, a broker. Wanted to learn the big side of the business because I'd always worked on the small side of the business, the technology. One of the things that I learned was that there was a whole new set of rules and regulations and ways that things operated. They were accountable to regulators. They were accountable to exchanges. And I learned an awful lot about that. So let's talk a little bit about what that looks like. If you're a broker-dealer, you are required to keep a copy of all your trading data for 5 years. So let's do a little math here. You've got a broker. Broker has, say, 2,000 traders. Those 2,000 traders do 100 orders per day. Over 250 business days in a year, you're talking 50 million records that you have to keep track of. And of course, that's if they only do 100. I know of some firms that do, or some traders that do 100 orders in less than a minute. It's very easy to do that. You have to keep track of that. Okay. These brokers have to keep track and surveil to make sure that nobody's cheating now. So consider the fact that that broker may have 20 surveillance people, 20 people in compliance. If they all look at that trading data, at that 250 million in 5 years worth of trading data, that boils down to they are looking at 20 orders per minute. And in 20 orders per minute, or if you're looking at 20 orders per minute, can you make a decision as to what the intent of that trader was? Was that trader washing? Was he cheating that way? Was he trading legitimately? The new rules that we just heard about with Dodd-Frank and some of the other worldwide rules that are going in place now, all have now made it illegal based off of your intent. What were you intending to do when you put in that trade? Were you intending to spoof the market? That one's really big right now. What we are now doing with our artificial intelligence is we're now teaching our algorithms to grow, to see other variations of spoofing, of washing, of crossing. We're now trying to teach the computer to make better judgments, to be able to see patterns that it's never seen before and say, you know what, this pattern is similar enough to this other pattern that I saw. Now let's do something with it. That, in a nutshell, is what we're doing with artificial intelligence. Now, we're doing this because we have a business reason. It's impossible to look at 20 orders per minute for 8 hours a day and keep your sanity. Computers are cheap. You guys are all real expensive. Your time is valuable. We're using artificial intelligence to solve a real problem. And as you're looking for worlds of opportunity, look for areas in which there are problems. Because where somebody's having a problem, there's opportunity for you to improve it. And artificial intelligence is just one tool that we use to do that. Artificial intelligence is a tool that we use. We use it, and we use it responsibly in our careers, in our opportunities that we're going after, because it gives us a solution to a very difficult problem. There's going to be a lot more opportunities for these. If you want to get involved in artificial learning, if you want to get in or artificial intelligence or machine learning, there are a dozen different ways, but it starts off very simply. It starts off with what John was saying earlier. Get to know somebody, follow somebody, knock on their door, call them, reach out, follow them on Twitter, read about what you're doing. Find a way that you can get involved. Some of the best programmers that I've ever worked with never ever studied programming or software engineering in college. They learned by getting close to somebody else who was into that, and they learned from them, and they learned how to apply their unique way of seeing the world to a solution. So when we're looking at trade surveillance, when we're looking at all those rules, there's a lot of us that have learned by getting next to somebody. I did not know trade surveillance when even 10 years ago, I was not an expert in it, but today I am. My career has reinvented itself probably 4 or 5 times in the 30 years that I've been in business. And I bet you that almost everybody out here would agree that they've all done something different, whether it was trading to programming, to trading to programming. There's all opportunities out there. So I'm sure there's going to be questions afterwards, but thank you for having me here today.